Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Chris here, and in today's video we're going to look at how I almost won the Rhodes Missing Keys contest. So to fill you guys in, basically Rhodes held a competition where they were giving away a couple of copies of their new Rhodes plugin, which if you haven't seen, you can check out my video above, as well as the #1 place receiving one of their new Mark 8 keyboards, like their full Rhodes keyboards, which is fantastic. So I figured, I'd love to participate. So I've sent in a track, which, well, I guess we might as well check out right now.
What's in a name? What if you could reclaim your name, shine light on an old flame, let sparks fly and get back in the game again? Can you even begin to pretend that old name still has the same domain? Yeah, can you branch out with a new tribe and still stick with the pack? Can we sustain the same vibe knowing we can never go back? Can you retain that singular train track vision, whilst everything you thought made you is stripped away and glossed over with pristine precision? We wanted the old way, but we're craving the upgrade, an update that can accommodate our music is now made. The kids today, hey, they're forging their own wave, a new take on the way that every same old note's played. Cause they retain the essence, they're focused, they listen, and they know the only lesson that truly matters is that sound itself has no discipline. We're all just standing on the shoulders of giants, we're all just trying to please our clients. Yeah, we're all logos and brands, cap locks and ampersands, but quietly we're quite defiant, cause we know what we're doing with our heart, head and hands. We're all beholden to the factory line. If the hand that holds the hammer's mine, then the hammer hits different. A hammer to the head from the heart is just fine. You've heard it all before, yeah? But somehow this sounds better. Are you smitten? It's like a pillow being pummeled by a piston. Like a panther with its pants down, purring like a kitten. White keys, black keys, red bricks. Same dog, old skin, new tricks. The sound of the click when the pedal lifts. Needles drift into the red like the gift of hot licks. It sounds just the way it always did, just the way that it's supposed to. But we don't let the notion of progress become the ghost that we play host to. Cause we're classic, still at it like the golden years, and still we aren't beholden solely to the old ideas. And speaking of soul, if you're gonna sell yours, you may as well sell soul. So without offending any competing parties, as far as electric pianos go, all roads lead to Rhodes, and Rhodes is where the heart is. Now you know.
So there you go. That was a track. I was very fortunate to have placed in the top 5 amongst, a bunch of people. I believe they said there were like 1,500 submissions or something crazy. So I'm really chuffed to have made it that far. Once again, a big shout out to Rhodes for actually hosting the competition. It was a great experience. So even though I may not have placed first, I figured it would be nice to show off the making of the track, a bit of behind the scenes. Here I've got the session for the whole song. I figured let's break it down. Starting with the top, we've got the vocal that they provided.
What's in a name? And what if you could reclaim your name, shine light on an old flame, let sparks fly and get back in the game again?
Just did a bit of light processing, some compression, a bit of EQ, de-essing and soothe, just to, make it sound nice basically. So the main requirement of this competition was basically to just kind of feature the Rhodes plugin that they've released as the main sound in the song, and otherwise just kind of follow the video and, come up with what you think works best. So I've actually got the video up here. Let me just pull it down. So I've got the video here. So when I was making the song in the first place, my thought process was, I've got this video. I'm not really just making a song and sticking it to the video. I have to kind of understand what's going on and, visually try to match at least what I can see on screen and what's going on in the actual music. To start it all off, I actually placed some bird sounds in there and this little shutter sound that kind of kicks off the video. There's a bit of ambience, you can hear kind of the town, bit of birds. Just kind of help fit in the scene, after all, this is a video that we're kind of putting music to picture in the sense, so you kind of want to feel what you're watching at the same time. So I thought that would be a nice bed, and then obviously underneath that is the main kind of Rhodes sound. So here on the main Rhodes, we've got the plugin, bit of RC20 to kind of make it sound a bit warbly and lo-fi. The filter, which isn't doing much, I believe we're just filtering it off at the end of the track. And I believe there's just a global filter on everything that kind of does that. And then a bit of Pro Q, sculpting, nothing too crazy. That's the main Rhodes sound. So obviously, since I needed to incorporate this Rhodes sound throughout the track, I figured what could I do to expand on this? So what I did was I duplicated the track and basically chucked Portal on this. It's a very interesting granular plugin where it does all of these. I'll just give it a listen. So in this context, it's not doing too much. It's kind of more turning the sound into a pad and then extending those chords. But then after that, I've got a lot of filtering going on. I believe this is automated, so kind of opens and closes. And then at the end, obviously, just kind of closes off. So you got that filter, a little bit of EQ cutting off the low end, some sidechain compression. That's when the drums come in. We'll get into that a bit later, but there's that. What else do we have on the Rhodes? We've got the pluck. So in this case, we've got some sidechain, bit of brower motion, sketch cassette, doing a bit of wow and flutter and kind of giving it a bit of a sound. Let's see. Bringing out those clicks and pops a lot more, and there seems to be a bit of delay crystallizer on the send, so we're sending it to a bit of that, and then some reverb, and that's kind of that pluck sound. Let's see, we have a Rhodes accent. Can't even remember what this does. Ah yes, because there's one part of the song where he specifies, where James Smith, the performer in this video, specifies white keys, black keys. So I kind of, let's see if I can get the vocals.
White keys, black keys, red bricks. Same.
Kind of put that in there as a nice little, I don't know, matching moment with the words, you know. So there was that. Oh yeah, so this Rhodes pad was again another kind of thing I put in there to match with the visual. There's this one kind of scene towards the end of the video. Let me get this back down again. So there's this one clip towards the end where this girl producing is kind of adding some bits to her track, and let's see, there's a bit where there you go, you've got that kind of repetitive motion happening on the screen. So I was like, oh, it'd be nice to kind of highlight that, but I didn't want to do it to make it sound cheesy, because as part of the song it just wouldn't have really fit if I was just putting this whole chord in there. So I played it really long, and I think it's mainly just kind of filtering. Yeah, so it starts with a really kind of closed off filter from the top end, so there's no low end. It's all just high sparkle stuff, you know, going on. Then eventually it starts to open until that point of the video where it becomes quite visual. Okay, there's this you know, sound happening in the background. That's kind of that vibe. And then in that last section there's a second iteration of Portal on the Rhodes, and it's actually shifted an octave up. But again, just kind of adding this nice sparkly, I don't know, mystical sound. So if I play all the keys together, let's see where we go. Ends solo Rhodes, filters off. Very nice. All right, so let's get into some of the kind of additional stuff I've put in here. We've obviously got some drums, we've got some guitar. Let's take a look. So we've got quite a bit. Let's start with the drums, because I do actually really like what's going on in the drums. So from the start of the song, I've labeled it more as effects in this sense, but we've got that kind of ambience, and then maybe about a quarter way into the video, we've got this going on. So just a little kind of perk loop. Let me get rid of the background noise. So we've got this, and then these kind of distant stomps. And then I just, they're basically the same sample, one just has way more delay on it to, you know, change it up. So that's kind of setting that mood. So that plus the Rhodes. We've got a sub going on underneath this. Just a good old operator synth. Nothing too crazy going on here. Or the Juno. Same, just mirroring that bass. Bit more thickness in the low end. Rhodes Portal. And let's see, reface. This is just the synth I've got up here, the Yamaha reface. Let's see. Oh yeah, this kind of plucky RP sound that I believe just kind of opens throughout. Let's see. Yeah, opens, closes a bit. We've got some automation on erosion. Okay, so this also kind of opens up and starts to add some of that texture. So you got that also helping kind of progress the song, doing a bit of building. Let's get to the drums in the kind of breakdown of it. So we've got a couple of things going on here. We've basically got just a kick rim kind of groove. That's the main thing. And that's got a delay on it. A little bit. This one I believe is just reverb. Okay, more of a stomp kind of. And then here's some effects. Let's get that very distant. You know, when I was watching this video, I was like, this whole video gives me very industrial vibes. You know, I don't necessarily want to go for all the traditional sounds, so I was picking out a lot of these. I guess industrial is kind of the thought I was going when I was thinking about this. I added a cheeky little CR78 loop, something a bit, I don't know. Just kind of, again, adding like maybe a hi-hat vibe without necessarily using the hat. And then this is literally just the open hat, just a bit more texture to that sound. And a drum break. A very warped drum break. And then just those combined, you get this. Obviously with some cymbals to give it some excitement. A little orchestral riser. Into nothing, you know, that's kind of the big break of the song where it comes out of it.
Pedal lifts, needles drift into the red like the gift of hot licks.
Now, when I was kind of making this part of the song, I was a bit skeptical on how I was going to end it. I was like, do I take the drums and I continue it to the end? Do I calm it down? I also wanted to change the chords because I had kind of gone through the whole song playing the same chords, and I was like, it should, you know, something different should kind of come in. I basically, you can see it's 2 takes here. I probably started it on this and then ended it on this. And so I kind of just probably improv'd it from here. Added some bass and the Juno and just some nice pads to fill it out. And then I guess stopped because it was the end of the video and I was like, okay, maybe it doesn't need any drums after all. I'll just use that, make it out, soundscape it, do all that kind of good stuff. And that's where it led. So that was kind of my intention, at least, behind the drum programming. We've got some guitar. I mean, it looks like there's a lot. I think I'm only using 2 of these. Yeah, let's see. We've only got, yeah, just these 2 tracks doing some octave stuff. Pretty basic, bit of sidechain, some EQ. I'm pretty sure I'm using Stark. Yeah, this is a great amp sim, and then just some compression after it. Oh yeah, this Chilean is probably giving me some bass guitar. Let's see. Oh yeah, bit of decapitator. Make it a bit aggressive. Nice. We've got this Omnisphere patch. Again, just kind of adding some droning out notes. Not doing much, and then I guess it just filters off at the end. Yep. You know, simple stuff, just adding to the outro, maybe something different, an element you haven't necessarily heard before throughout, and even if it's just a sustaining note, you know, provide something new to the track. So we've got that, we've got the Juno playing with the Rhodes, the bass, obviously this pad is very important in this section. Kind of got this nice bed of just warmth, so you know, some pads, some keys, like there's not much going on, but just some good harmony, you know, some nice harmony. That's all that bit needed. And then lastly, I've just got a couple little piano synth things going on here in that breakdown section. Let's see. So I've got the piano, which is this Hammers and Waves, just default grand piano, I guess. Yep. The main idea was that it would play alongside the Rhodes to kind of give it that sound, you know, that piano Rhodes sound. Mainly just those two low octaves to give it a bit more heft in the low end. And also just kind of giving me some more impact with that kick, because I really wanted to emphasize that thumping sound. So under that we've got two instances of Signal by Output. It's one of my favorite presets. So I've got that and this, let's see, kind of a similar vibe, but just a bit more textured. So it's got this plucky arpeggiated thing, but sonically slightly different. You can hear a bit of that sidechain compression going on from the kit. So that's basically the track. Hope you enjoyed this breakdown. This is something a bit different. Once again, I'm very thankful to have participated in this competition. It was great fun and lovely to see all the other participants. Again, shout out to the guys that made it into the top 5, especially the winner. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing. It's a great support to the channel. Also, there are plenty of videos in the playlists on here about beat making, production tutorials, live streaming, all of that good stuff. So feel free to check those out. And once again, I've been Vella, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.